Hi everybody, it's Matt. In this video we're going to get some more backlinks. This time we're looking at article backlinks. It's getting getting backlinks from article sites. Now, what you can do with article sites, and by the way there are hundreds of them, you can get literally hundreds of backlinks from article sites. Now an article site or an article directory is what they're known as, is where you can write content, and when I say content it's just an article about any topic. So if you have a web page that you're trying to rank in Google, and it might be about it could be about any product whatsoever, dog training or learn guitar, anything at all. When you get backlinks from article directories, you write an article on that topic, whether it be learn guitar or learn piano or digital Casio pianos or something like that. You write an article about 400 words, and then article directories will happily publish that article on their domain inside their directory, which Google and other search engines will come along and find that article on that domain, and you're allowed to put a link in your article back to your website. So again, it's another way to get backlinks to your website. So I'm going to take you through how I do article marketing and article backlinking, and show you the tools that I use and the way to go about it. Now, what I need to talk about, and I'm going to show you some examples in this video because I like to show examples. It's just so much easier to learn, I think, when I show examples. So unique content is one important concept that you need to understand when it comes to articles marketing and article backlinking. Unique content is basically Google and other search engines can tell if they've seen the same piece of content, the same article, more than once. And if they pick it up again at another article site, the same article, then they're not going to count it. They only count an article once, and they'll devalue the links in the second article. They still may index that article more than once, but the links in the article, once they've already seen them once, they're not going to be as valuable as if you had a new article every time. Now, the problem with having a new article every time is it means you have to write a new article every time, and that can be quite tiring, but you can do it that way. You can just write your articles by hand, manually, every time you want to get another link from an article directory. Just keep in mind there are hundreds of article directories, and you really should be submitting to all of them to get backlinks, because they're a great way to get backlinks. But it will just mean you have to write hundreds of articles for every single page in your website. So if you've got a 5-page website, you want to rank all of those 5 pages, every single page needs backlinks from article directories. So if there's hundreds of article directories and you've got 5 pages, that's potentially 500, 600, 700 articles that you have to write, and that's pretty tiring on the fingers typing away on the keyboard. But you can do it that way. It is very doable. And when I started out, that's what I did. Now, there is another option, and I have a piece of software called Rapid Rewriter. It's just found at rapidrewriter.com. I'll show you it in a moment. Now, I do own that software, just letting you know it's my tool. What it does, though, is it speeds up the process of creating unique content, because it takes one article and with semi-automation, not full automation, because full automation when it comes to creating unique content is terrible. It never works. But semi-automation, where you work with the software, it can cut down the time having to write articles dramatically. And if you can cut down the time having to write articles, it means you can do other things on your business. So it just makes business sense to try and work smarter and not harder. But there is a cost, obviously, in signing up for my Rapid Rewriter. It's pretty affordable though, $97, and you get a whole lot of extra bonuses and stuff with that, but you don't have to buy it. I don't want you to think I'm just plugging my own product, because I'm really not. You don't have to do that path, but it will save you time. I'll have a look at my software in a minute. So there's manual versus automation when it comes to submitting the articles that your unique content to article directories as well. So you can, once you have your articles written, you can go and set up accounts at all these article directories. Then you can manually copy and paste your article, or you can literally type your article straight in there in the article directory yourself. Or either way, you can manually submit it. Pick the category and submit it. Do it all manually. And that's what you can do. Or the other option is there is also automation tools that will actually do the submitting for you as well. So my software, Rapid Rewriter, will do the help the writing side of things, but once the content's all ready to go and you've got all your articles, then you need to find a way to automate the actual submission side of it. So that's where you can use other tools, and I'll talk about one tool that I think is the best submission tool on the market, and I have tried literally all of them, and this one really does rock. You can find it, it's amarketingrobot.com. Again, I'm recommending a product in my video and I make commission from products I recommend, but I only recommend products that I'm using and I know that work. I wouldn't recommend anything that I think is junk. So this thing does work really well. I love it. It's the best submission tool out there. It's a one-off fee as well. A lot of other submission tools on the market have a monthly fee. This is a one-off fee. It's again very affordable. But you don't have to do this either. I don't want people to think that there's all these extra costs all of a sudden, because this really is the only other costs, these sort of tools, and this, I don't have many more of them, if any more of them, in this entire course. But these things will speed it up for you to help you get more backlinks. It's just like marketing automation that I mentioned in the last video on blogs. It will speed it up dramatically, the amount of backlinks that you can get. So it is a wise idea to do, but don't think you have to. If you don't have the budget, then just do all these things manually, because it's just as effective. It just takes a little bit longer. Now, a marketing robot will take your article that you write, and it will submit it literally to hundreds of article sites for you. So you just log in, fill in the details, fill in your article, and click submit, and then you go off and have a cup of coffee and forget about it, and it will do it all for you, which is pretty cool. It really does save you a lot of time. So what I want to do now, though, is talk about, show you some examples of what article marketing is all about and how to go about it. So let's have a look over at Google at some examples. This is eZine Articles. It's just found at ezinearticles.com. This is one of the most popular article sites. I'll just show you an example of what these sort of articles look like, what you want to be doing with these ones. So let's just pick a topic where I know there'll be people putting links in their articles, like home-based business. If I go to home-based business, and we can just have a look at any article, just click on an article, and these are people that have got an account at eZine Articles, and they're just submitting an article. See how this is the type of article you write. You write your article. Let me just close down my RoboForm. This is an article. They've written an article about a topic, and then they should have a link in their author bio. There it is there, $150 a day, and then article marketing profits. See how they've got links here? If I highlight them, you'll see that they do follow. Do follow, that means they're a good purple color with my little do follow plugin. So that's what you're doing when you go to these article directories. You write an article, and then you put links in what's called the author bio section, and that's how you get backlinks to your website. Now it's a link back to this person's website. They've actually got 2 links. You're allowed 2 links. You can do the same thing over at Go Articles. It's another good one, goarticles.com. Go over there and start submitting articles. You can also do one over at ArticleBase. These are some good ones. ArticleBase is a good site to get backlinks from. So you can do this at these sites here and get backlinks to your articles, to your web pages. All you have to do is write the content. Now, as I said, the content can be a bit time consuming if you have to write a new article every time you want to get it submit to a new article directory. Because I can't just take this article and have it head over to Go Articles and then publish it here, because it's the same article and Google will know that. So you can't do that. You'd have to come over here and write a brand new article yourself, and that's a bit annoying. But anyway, this is what you're doing. You're submitting to article directories, and you're getting backlinks from article directories to your site. Google will come along, find these links, and you use the correct anchor text every time. So if the page that you're linking to needs to have the keyword phrase of that page as the link here, the article directory. So again, if I was trying to rank a web page for DeLonghi coffee machine, then the link here would have to be DeLonghi coffee machine. That has to be the exact anchor text. Don't change your anchor text up. And then you do that at all the article directories. Tools like like A Marketing Robot will they'll log into these sites for you automatically. They actually literally log in for you, and they automatically post your article and fill out all these fields for you, so you don't have to do it. And they'll do it like hundreds of times, so it really is a time saver. But what also can save you time is to use a software like my Rapid Rewriter. Now, what my tool will do, I've got an example article sitting in here, and you might think, well, it looks crazy. It's got all these colors and weird symbols and things, and what it does in a nutshell, my software, is you paste an article in here, and just a normal text article like say this one here. In fact, I can just do a new one here and just grab that article. Let me put this to the side. This is just for example purposes. I wouldn't be normally copying someone's article. I'm not going to use this, is what I'm saying. I'm just for example purposes. So I would go there, and first of all, if I have to put it in a text document, just strip out the HTML. So I just copy that like that, copy it, I'll close that down. I come back to my tool and I just click that green arrow, and it knows what I just copied, and it pastes it. See, it just puts it straight in there for me, and there's that article. So now you work with the software to spin your article. It's called spinning an article to make them unique. And the way you do it with my tool, it's pretty clever. You click the purple arrow, and it will grab all the sentences for you in the article. You can see these are all the different sentences inside the article. And all you need to do is just rewrite each sentence with different variations. And then once you've done that, you move on and rewrite all the words. So let me just do an example for you. If I was going to do one here, instead of build a blog around a very specific product that you know is converting well already, that's the original sentence in the article. Now I give my software some variety to choose from, and I might say, instead of build a blog around a very specific product, I might say go and create a website go and create a website that discusses a particular, I'm just rewriting that sentence in different words, a particular product that is selling very well already. So then I click the plus symbol, and then I do it again. And I won't do it again for the sake of time here, but you just do it again and click the plus symbol and do it again. The more times you rewrite each sentence throughout all these sentences, the more variation you're giving my software to create new articles for you. Because what it does is, once you're finished doing all this, it recombines all the sentence variations with different versions. So it might grab version 1 from this block. Then over here, if you were to do it like 3 times as well, it might grab version 2 from this block and reconnect it. So your article's just getting reconnected with all these different sentences, and it creates unique articles and unique content that the search engines don't know is the same article any longer. But not only does it spin sentences like that, you can also add variation on a word level, which makes it pretty powerful. So I can double click a word, vary, and I can have the word really instead. And there's a built-in thesaurus, then I can just add variation to a word. I won't do it all now, but I can just click there, and then you can see the variation. And then I can do that for all of my words and sentences, and by the time you finish doing that in an entire article, you can literally have hundreds and hundreds of unique versions of your one original article that you can now use across the internet. And this saves you having to write hundreds and hundreds of articles. It may take you about an hour to do this, but it would take you a lot more than an hour to write 200 or 200 articles manually, so it really cuts down the time. But that's how the tool works, and I'll just save what I've done there, and then you can see it's starting to spin the content in here. That was the sentence that I'd done. Let's just go over to one that I had already done over here. That's what it will look like sort of when you've gone through it all. There's a couple other really cool features that you can do. There's a favorites function. I'll just show you how the favorites function works. If I have the word great, and great and big and wonderful. Let's just say, for example, that I quite often use these words in my articles. It doesn't make a lot of sense if I have the word great about 5 times in my article, having to manually click it and add uniqueness to the article every time. That would kind of be slow. So there's a faster way to do it. And I'll just put great somewhere else. I'll just put the word great here. This is just for an example. So I've got great, then great again. So instead of me having to keep changing them every time, I can just use this little favorites function. I click on that star, and then I click add a favorite, and I say yes to the message, and then I just click the word great. I use that a lot. I would like to just not have to keep retyping it every time, and I might say, okay, outstanding, nifty, groovy, any other words that I often use for great that I want to use. Great, complete, extreme, good. Just looking for other words that I might want to use. Impressive, I could use that. Actually, I won't use impressive, sorry. Wonderful, I'll use that. Fantastic, I'll use that. Excellent, cool, good. Okay, so there's a whole lot of words that I might swap around for great. All I do is click add to favorites, and then my set is saved, and then all I do is click go, and you'll notice now the word great, see it was there, it's already been spun for me. And also in this other occurrence there, it's already been spun for me. And any other times that great was in this article, the software would have spun it for me. So the cool thing about the favorites function in this tool is that you can grow, oops, I just pushed the wrong button. You can grow it and have literally hundreds of favorites in here. So when you start a new article, you just click star, go, and it will replace all your favorites immediately before you even do anything. So the more you use the tool, the faster it becomes. There's a whole lot more functions that my tool can do. I don't want to go into it in heaps of detail now. I just wanted to show you what I do and how I cut down my time on writing articles. Once you finish, you just click export and choose the number of versions that you want, 100, 200, or whatever you want. Then you save them to your computer, and then you can use all these versions to submit to article directories, and it really does cut down the time of writing. So that's my tool, rapidrewriter.com. You don't have to use it. You can use anything you want. You can write it manually. It's totally over to you. I'm just telling you what I do because I want you guys to get top search engine rankings, and this is one of the things that helps me do it. So just to recap, article directories is the way you can get backlinks. I've given a list of them in the resources section for you if you want to do it manually. If you want to speed things up, then I highly recommend that you use Rapid Rewriter and also use a marketing robot to submit the content for you, and you'll find you will be able to get a large number of backlinks from article sites relatively quickly. And then you'll notice over time that your website's pages that you're linking to from these article directories will start to rise in the Google rankings. Just remember, when you're leaving links in the resources section of these article sites, use the correct anchor text for the page that you're linking to. Once again, if I'm linking to a page about DeLonghi Coffee Maker, then I'm trying to rank my page for DeLonghi Coffee Maker. My link here needs to read DeLonghi Coffee Maker because Google reads that text and makes a decision about your page. So don't forget to do that. So that's what you need to do when it comes to article marketing and getting backlinks. I encourage you to set yourself a goal every week to write some articles and get them submitted to article directories and keep doing it. The thing with article backlinks is that they do take a little bit of time, but you'll notice after a couple of months they will kick in and have an effect. It's just not an instant thing like in a week, because article directories have to approve your article, and they sometimes won't get around to that for about a week. But once they've approved it, it'll go live on the internet just like this one is here. Google will eventually come along and find it, and then you will get the links will get counted, and that's what we're aiming to do. The other thing about article directories is you can get traffic from them with your article, because this article, essentially this page itself, may just rank in Google on its own, and it may get traffic from the search engines. People may just find this in Google and go, okay, hello, and start reading this, and then actually click your links and end up on your page. So you'll get human traffic as well as getting the backlink count. So you can get traffic from article directories. I don't bother with getting traffic from article directories that much. I mainly just use it for a backlink. But you can get added value for getting traffic when people actually start finding these articles. So I recommend article directories. So that's the end of this video on article directory backlinks. So go off now and start writing some content, submitting to article directories, and you will get backlinks, and it will increase your Google rankings. On to the next video.